We're all aware of fan-created FNaF songs. They're everywhere in the community, whether it be from The Living Tombstone, DA Games, Tryhard Ninja, JT Music, or etc. Their songs usually show the music artist's unique talent while also showing love for the series. However, these songs do not compete with a certain FNaF song that exists. This FNaF song is the best FNaF song to ever come out of the FNaF music genre. That song being Five Nights at Freddy's 3, the musical by LHUGUENY. Today, I'm going to be going over everything there is to this utter masterpiece. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe down below and turn on the notification bell. It's totally optional, but it'd be appreciated if you did. Without further ado, let's take a deep dive into the genius of this song. But first, on January 28, 2006, a YouTube channel called LHUGUENY was created by an inspiring animator and musician, LHUGUENY Clark, born on December 20th, 1986, in LHUGUENY, California. Logan would upload his first video on January 19th, 2008, titled Happy Satellite. This was a 28-second animation about a sentient satellite dish circling the Earth, and then eventually getting killed by a US missile. This was of course the animation of a beginner. In 2010, he would graduate from the Rhode Island School of Design and pursue his career as a YouTube animator and musician. His first music video, Green Money Weed Connection, Got Milk, would be uploaded on December 28, 2010. And then on August 18, 2011, he would release his first movie musical parody based on the 1997 film, The Titanic. Over the years, and even to this very day, he would continue making these musical animations that would parody movies and games. These animated parodies would usually be animated by LHUGUENY himself, and in recent years, sometimes even being animated by someone else. The animation would be done in Adobe Flash. As well, these parodies would borrow instrumentals from pre-existing songs and use them for the musical. These parodies would often get very high view counts, with his most popular currently being 131 million views with Jurassic World the Musical animated parody song. His most notable parodies including his Jurassic Park and Jurassic World parodies, his Call of Duty parodies, his Undertale parody, Story of Undertale, and finally, the overall general focus of this video, his FNaF musicals. He's released a total of 8 FNaF musical parodies. Those musicals would be made on FNaF 1, FNaF 2, FNaF 3, FNaF 4, FNaF World, Sister Location, Pizzeria Simulator, Security Breach, and another one about FNaF 1 that was in live action called Don't Jump Scare Me. Weirdly, there are no parodies for Ultimate Custom Night, FNaF VR Help Wanted, and FNaF AR Special Delivery, but it's whatever.
Wait a second, you have to unclog toilets?
Yeah, that's Five Nights at Freddy's maybe is like out of ideas, I guess.
Guess I'm not the only one who's not a fan of FNaF 6. These musicals were very successful. These would get high view counts, with the highest being FNaF World the Musical, with an astonishing 41 million views. Critically, the response is usually mixed. People either write them off as pure cringe, or people laughing at the purposefully shitty animation to the obvious auto-tune of the singing. It's some of the most mixed response fan content in the creative minds of the FNaF community. Personally, I'd say the only or straight up bad musicals are both of his FNaF 1 parodies, his FNaF 4 parody, and his Security Breach parody. The reasons ranging from them either being nothing to being insulting to the human ears. However, the rest of the parodies, absolute bangers. While the animation may purposefully be done in a rather terrible way, it could be enjoyed in an ironic kind of way. And for the auto-tune singing, sometimes it can actually be pretty good, and very often, the borrowed instrumental chimes very well with the decently sung autotune. Some of these musicals are pretty underappreciated. However, all of these don't compare to a certain one. This one in particular not only beats out the other musicals by LHUGUENY, but it also beats out all the other FNaF songs in its genre. Let's go see what it is. After the success of the second FNaF game, Scott Cawthon began working on a third game, originally promised to be the third and final game of what was once a trilogy. A trailer went up on January 26, 2015, and then the game itself officially released on March 2nd, 2015. The game itself got a mixed response from the community critically. However, fan content still thrived upon this game's release. On March 18th, 2015, this masterpiece was uploaded. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 The Musical animation song. This song is just utter genius. So what makes a good FNaF song? I've came up with 3 items that are used to define what a good FNaF song is in my opinion. Number 1, good sound. This means that both the singing and instrumental in the background correlate really well into making a complete utter earworm. Number 2, relates to FNaF. This means that the lyrics of the song and the general atmosphere must relate somehow to FNaF and its charm in a decent manner. Number 3, memorability. This means that the song left an impact that was significant to people where it makes them remember the song. So for the first check, good sound. This song succeeds really well in that. The instrumental to this song feels very mysterious. It has an endless amount of guitar string plucking in a creepy way throughout the whole song, and then the instrumental picks up with the sound. As well, the autotune singing by Logan helps chive with the instrumental really well. It sounds so soothing. The singing goes really well with the background instruments too. It helps create a pleasantly disturbing sound in your ear. Good sound? Check. So, relates to FNaF. Hell yeah, this song does. Let me explain. As we all know from the FNaF games, Springtrap is possessed by William Afton, who was the murderer involved in the 5 murder children incident, and as we know throughout the series, he's a fucked up individual. The lyrics of this piece show it really well in the form of exaggeration.
This attraction is great, so many guys I can rape, till I can't see straight. When can I start? I'm addicted to guards.
They make Springtrap want to rape the guard, so to say. Of course, Afton wasn't like this in the original games, but with the clever use of exaggeration, they amp Afton's evilry up to 100 to show what he's really about. He's a psychopath. Also, the use of liking guards and the emphasis on the line, "This attraction is great," is a subtle nod to how creepily Springtrap is attracted to the audio the player uses against him, as well as moments when he's staring at the player, making it seem like he's attracted. Of course, it may just be referencing the fact that this game and musical takes place at a horror attraction, but I don't know, man. LHUGUENY is a musical genius. There must be more than just that, you know? Also, not really in the lyrics, but more so the animation, the phantoms are presented as like Springtrap's minions, which is exactly how it's in the game, so it's extremely faithful to the game. Relates to FNaF? Check. Memorability. So this musical currently has 33 million views and is regarded as one of LHUGUENY's most popular works. This song is notable for spawning the meme,
This attraction is great, so many guys I can rape.
with it cutting off there. People obviously remember this musical for obviously the right reasons, so memorability? Check. All 3 items are checked off on the list for a good FNaF song, but what makes this song stand out that makes it the best? Well, the absolute genius of the animation in this musical helps it out. It's purposefully shittily drawn so the viewer can feel some psychological terror when watching, which is how you're supposed to feel when you're in a horror attraction. Wow. I couldn't even come up with something like that myself. LHUGUENY knows what he's doing. So I guess it really shows that Five Nights at Freddy's 3 The Musical animation song by LHUGUENY is the best Five Nights at Freddy's song of all time.
I'm addicted to guards, rip them into parts, will it be on their hearts, can really take shots. This attraction is great, so many guards I can break, till I can see straight. When can I start? I'm addicted to guards.
Oh, by the way, April Fools. I think this song is just decent or good, but just nothing amazing. Okay, bye.